Alright, let's get this started. And let's get it quick and done. Because this is some serious stuff. How you doing, chat? How you doing? How you doing? Alright, it's been a long time since we've had a chat. And believe me, there's a lot to talk about. Turn down the music and let's get this started. Alright. First and foremost, hi, how are you? It's Mala-Mack. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, it's all black. No, we can't have that. Not only is this my first stream coming back to YouTube after, you know, having all my Mad Lad shows. Don't get it twisted. They're coming back. That's gonna be next year. Trust me, your boy's working on that. But this is some serious stuff that I have to talk about. This is some serious stuff I have to get off my chest. Trust me, and believe that I would love to have another Mad Lad show. I've been fiending for it. However, there are certain things that I believe need to be done and said. Not only for my own sanity. Trust me, it's a sanity thing, but it's also because there are certain things that just need to be done and told instead. Number one, I'm not Mala. Okay, listen, we're two different beings. Okay, two very different people. Very, very different people. And it's not annoying, because it's understandable that people don't know who I am. It's completely understandable that people don't know who I am. Completely understandable. I get it. You know, I don't advertise myself as much because in this day and age, do a lot of people want to deal with the seriousness of the world? No. But I'm bringing the serious to you. All right, I'm bringing it. Where people had The Rock, they had the Stone Cold. Well, hello. My first bot. First thing I have to deal with is a bot. That's absolutely fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. But as I said, very serious shit that we're talking about today. For one, yeah, I got rid of fucking bots. That's fucking bullshit, alright? First thing you do come in here is advertise your own shit. Why? What's the point? What is the absolute point of this monogamy of advertising your shit to somebody who doesn't want it? Do you really think the people in this chat, the people in this world are going to be that stupid? Do you really? Because the people that I fucks with, the people that I talk to, they're not that stupid. They're not. They're really not. So for you to come in here and try to fucks with my shit already, glad that you're paying attention to me, bots. Glad that you feel that I'm more important. However, that's on you for doing that shit. But alright, cool. Moving on. There's a lot of things going on right now, socially, economically, culturally, religiously. I'm not giving a singular crap about it. I'm not. Because I'm not about that life. I'm really not. I could give less of a shit right now about what people really do believe is going on. Because this, at least this right here, yes, I'm a person who's living in this day and age. Right now, I'm an opinionated motherfucker with a chip on his shoulder. I am. You see, because with each and everything that we do as humans on this planet, we each all have consequences to things we do. What we vote for, what we decide to do, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you decide not to do something, when you decide to do something, each and every consequence you have, or each and everything you do has an effect. That is a thing. That is an actual scientific fact, that everything you do has an impact on something or someone outside. So when all that is gone together, when you think about all the effects that you have all this power, you have all this influence, it angers me that people don't realize that. It angers me. It bugs me. Why? Why does it bug you, Mac? Because I am sick and tired of people not realizing their full potential. I'm sick and tired of that. People are amazing. I am a PNG tuber, right? I have the ability to stream on YouTube. But the person that made this model is amazing. The person that helped me make this model was amazing. The person that gave this coloration was amazing. The person that helped discover these colors is amazing. The person behind this mask and avatar is amazing. All these people, all this influence, all these abilities coalesce into this singular action of just hitting a stream button. How did we get to streaming? How did we get to this? People don't realize the full abilities they have, and I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. So yes, this is going to be a bit serious. This is going to be a bit rude sometimes. It's going to be a bit hurtful for some people. It may even be God-fearing, triggering. But it is what it is. And if people want to cancel me for the things I say on here, then go ahead. Cancel me. But there are things that need to get off my chest. There are things that need to be said. And there are things that need to be done. That is what this is about. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because there are things that Mala just can't do. There are things that he, as an OC, as a person, as what I'm trying to influence and do as Mala, he just can't do. Because Mala is fun. He hits those serious, he's hitting those empathetic, he's hitting those subjects that I know I can put my empathy on, that I just can't get as angry about. Me? I'm defiant. I'm the cycle breaker. I'm the guy with the mouth, with a mask. I don't give a singular shit what people say about me. I don't give a singular shit what people want to do to me. But what you're gonna do, if you pop in this chat, if you give me about 10 seconds of your time, you're gonna understand that I believe in you, 1. 2, you're gonna understand where I stand, and 3, you're gonna understand why I do and why I say what I say, if you're willing to give me the opportunity to listen. I want this place not to be, you know, a safe space where I nurture and cuddle and do all that stuff with you, because it's not. The internet is not a safe place. What I want to do is make an open space for people that are able to say what they need to say, get something off of their chest. This is not safe, but what it is it's open. If you want to say something about it, go right ahead. If you're a bot, fuck you, get the fuck out of here. But if you're trying to say something that isn't, you know, completely and totally racist and illogical, something that's based in fact, something that's based in some type of belief, that you're not trying to, you know, I don't know, genocide a whole race, go ahead, dude. Go ahead, lady. Go ahead, whatever you identify as. Tell me, and I will treat you as such. I will treat you as an equal, and I will treat you as someone who has the respect as a person who's been put on this planet to live and to breathe. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to take away your water, I'm not going to take away your food, I'm not going to take away your right to speak unless you do something that takes away that right. If you are trying to murder, if you're trying to take somebody's rights away, those rights to have a, you know, a home, if you're trying to take away the rights to someone to have water, to be able to actually have the chance to live, not luxuriously, just live with the bare means, then fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, I said it. What's up, Ver? Now, Ver, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not as nice and is not as cuddly as I usually do. Because for one, this is Mac, not Mala. So I want to give you that forbearance now. Be aware, I'm not going to be as nice as I usually am. This is not a safe space per se, but this is an open space. So if there is something weighing on your brain, if there is something that you want to get off of your chest, this is the place to do it. I'm not gonna cancel you, I'm not gonna shit on you. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna come at you like a mature adult and listen to what you're having to say. I'm going to respond. Just giving you that forewarning now. Because I don't want to lead you on, you or anybody else in my chat. I don't want to lead them on. I want people to understand that in 2022 and from now on, as long as I'm able to, I want to provide a space where people can say what is on their chest and minds without just immediately getting canceled, or without immediately having the repercussions of having to deal with this, that, and the other. This isn't 4chan, this isn't Twitter, this isn't like a free speech bullshit type of dealio, okay? This is a place. This chat that I am hopefully going to provide is somewhere where I can deal with stuff. In a weird mood, but rather not want to talk about it, so just gonna be here if that's alright. That's A-okay, Chief. That is A-okay. But I want you to understand, if you ever want to say something, DM me. I have my DMs open. If you ever want to, you know, talk about that after stream, you know I'm always there. Mac, Mala, both of us. We're both there. If you want to talk about something that is on your heart and mind. And I will do my best to provide an ear. In stream, out of stream. But going back to what I was saying, this is an open space. Moving on from that, there is, in today's world, a lot of stuff going on. There is a shit ton of things going on. And to limit it to one region, country, state, county, it's a tedious, almost Herculean task. But instead of all that, I'm going to save that for another stream. What I am going to do is I'm going to explain myself. I'm going to explain what I stand for, and I'm going to explain what the real person behind this mask is going to be talking about and what he represents. And if people don't want to know about that, that's okay. You know what? That's a-okay. I can see you on Twitch for more 4 times. For fun times. Jeez. I'm saying up my words. But for fun times. But right now I want I want people to understand. I truly do want people to understand what I stand for on certain topics. And if there's any type of serious topic you want to ask me about, Ver, or you want me to talk about, then go right ahead and say something about it, and I'll get to it. I promise. But for now, this is going to be a long stream. It's not going to take up too much time, because I don't like being this serious and this passionate about the things in the world all day. It takes a lot of energy out of me, and it takes a lot of I guess you could call it chutzpah out of me. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. But I'm gonna move on with it, and I'm gonna keep on going with it. So let's see. That's the wrong slide. Give me the right slide. There we go. First things first. Let's talk about Mac. Oh, that makes me sound so selfish. But let's talk about it. Me. Level 26, age 26, been on this planet since 1996. I have I was born in the late 90s. And that puts me in that category of, I believe they call me a zillennial. That weird mix of Gen Z and millennial. And it's weird. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's weird being born in the time period I am, because I was at the end and the beginning of a lot of things when I was in school. They didn't teach cursive writing anymore after I went through grades. They didn't have home economics when I was in school, but my brother went to home economics. They didn't have shop or craft, but my brother had shop and craft. They were transitioning a lot of things when I was going through school, and they were trying a lot of new programs when I was in school. The drug programs that we had during school, they were solidified when I was in school, but then as soon as I graduated and went to the university, gone, kaput. They disappeared. And I feel like that's kind of fucked up, you know? Like, yes, we know that drugs are bad, but why was it that my generation had to deal with all the warning signs, but this next generation that's in middle school, that's in high school, the young ones, they don't have to deal with the DARE program. They probably get like a slap, like they say, hey, these drugs are bad, and then you move on. Or a sex education. When I was in school, I had to deal with so much sex education stuff. Abstinence is the best type of what is it? What the fuck is the word? Anti STD. Don't have sex and you won't get an STD. That was what I was told all throughout of my education. And then I talked to my younger cousin. I talked to all of these kids around me, and they don't get that shit. You know what they get? They get, hey, wear a condom. Why are you telling kids in middle school, high school to wear a condom? When the fuck did they start having sex that early? Did I miss something? I get it, we have so much stuff shoved in our faces, but I just don't know if I understand it, or I really preconceive the fact that kids nowadays are thinking about sex like that. I don't think they are. Or maybe they are, then holy shit. It is what it is. Each generation is different. Hell, each person on this planet is unique and different. But the fact that that is being brought up is terrifying to me, but it's also just like, okay, cool. Then educate them properly. Give them all the resources. If you're going to tell them not to do something, you better come at them with facts and logic. Because we live in a day and age where we have supercomputers in our pockets. And it's just that simple. Anything that the teacher doesn't want to look up, we can look up ourselves. Because Google is a thing. Yahoo is a thing. Bing is a thing. Anything that they don't want to say, we can find out ourselves. Will it be the correct information? Will it be the right information? That's a toss-up. That's why teachers are there to guide. At least a good teacher is there to guide. However, a teacher is supposed to guide and to teach. They're not supposed to be a parent in that classroom. A lot of people don't, they mix up roles a lot. A lot of people don't understand the roles that society has given them. When you're a parent, you're also a teacher. You're also a guide. You're doing so much because you have a small human living with you that doesn't know what the fuck is what. They don't know their lefts from the rights. They don't know their ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s. So you send them to a school where they learn that shit, or you teach them yourselves. I'm not against homeschooling. What I am saying is if you are going to homeschool your child, homeschool them correctly. Make sure that they are prepared for society. Because that's what school is. That's what all schools should be about. Not preparing them for, to have knowledge shoved in their heads. It's to prepare them to be successful adults in society. That's why you tell them to learn something, to learn a trade, to learn something in a university where they can make money. You can learn art and be an artist. You can learn a trade and be a tradesman or a tradeswoman. You can be anything you set out to be. I remember when I was told that you can be anything you set out to be as long as you put the time and effort into it. And yet, now you have parents and teachers that want to guide kids to certain things because, one, we're lacking. We're running out of people to do certain things. Everybody doesn't want to flip burgers in a fast food restaurant. Everybody doesn't want to cook in a kitchen. Everybody doesn't want to be an artist. Everybody doesn't want to be a policeman or policewoman. Everybody doesn't want to be a politician. Everybody doesn't want to be a soldier. And so when everybody is given the opportunity to do everything, you're of course going to have people that want to do everything. You're going to have people that want to do a certain thing. And so at least in America, when we have a need for this, that, and the other, and people don't want to do this, that, and the other because they've been shit on for this, that, and the other, you get shortages. What do? When there's a shortage, you can't tell people to do what you need. You can't tell people to do something and they expect them to do it. If you're going to do that, then you don't truly need to be raising kids. You don't need to truly be teaching kids. I understand if you're trying to discipline somebody, but when you're telling a kid to learn all this information and then at the end of the day they're gonna have to grow up, be an adult, and then work at McDonald's for the rest of their life, that's stupid as hell. That is actually stupid. It's undermining the idea that they needed the education in the first damn place. But that's me being 26, and I have a shit ton of other points to get through. Bless our hearts, let's get through this shit. As an African American, I do have a bit of a chip on my shoulder for certain things. I do, and I've been actively working through that stuff. However, and this is for everyone. You can be white, you can be black, you can be Indian, Native American, you can be from any country on this planet, and I guarantee that there's another country or another people out there that does not look upon you as nice and or friendly and considers you either a threat or an issue to their way of life because of shit that happened before you were even a thought or a gleam in your daddy or your mama's eye. And that is the shitty part about having to deal with history. That's the shitty part about learning about history. And a lot of people are just like, oh my gosh, I hate learning about history. It always paints us and makes me feel bad. Of course you're supposed to feel bad. Of course you're supposed to feel happy. You're supposed to feel emotions because this is where you've come from. This is the story of how you got here. That's why it's called history. It's a story of how the hell we got to where the frickety frack we are. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't like looking at the history. They don't like being painted as a bad guy. Number one, you're not a bad guy. You yourself are not a bad guy or bad girl or bad person if you are learning about history. You're not. Not because of what your skin shows, not because of what you look like, how you talk, or who you are. You are not a bad person because of what you're doing. You're a bad person if you learn about all that and then decide, this is going to be my personality forever, I'm going to be a complete total asshole about this shit. No. Once you learn the information, once you have that stuff down pat, once you understand that information to a certain point, then it is expected of you to learn that information, analyze that information, and take it as you will into, again, society. We're trying to get kids, we're trying to get adults, we're trying to get people who are trying to learn into society so they don't become detriments, so they don't become monsters, so they don't hurt other people with their words and actions. Because words and actions can destroy someone. They can. And that's something that needs to be taught, first and foremost, every year of every grade, from K all the way to your doctoral. Your words and your actions can do something to destroy someone's life. You have to start being more self-conscious, people. You have to be more self-conscious. Not to the point where you're scared of always taking action or ever speaking, but you have to be self-conscious to the point that you realize that this information that you've been giving, all the things you've learned, use them and apply them to the correct situations so you don't hurt somebody else. The worst thing you can do on this planet, and I believe this wholeheartedly, is hurt somebody else. At least purposefully. Now, if it's on accident, you can apologize. But if it's on purpose, you meant to hurt somebody, and they didn't deserve it, that's on you. That is woefully on you. You decided to take that choice to hurt somebody else. And I don't truly fathom how you can go out of your way, waking up in the middle of the day. Like, I know there's people that joke and say, oh yeah, I woke up and chose violence. Understandable. But if nobody's done anything to you and you're just vibing with life and all of a sudden you just get angry as shit, yeah, there's gonna be some questions asked. Gonna be some questions asked. But as an African American, one of the few questions I have is why? Why do people believe that I am a threat? That is a thing that I have to deal with, at least in the United States of America, all the time. Whether I'm carrying a weapon or not, whether I am just walking around, people automatically assume. And when I say people, I mean the people that I see, the people that I interact with, not on a daily basis, but first initial reactions to me are usually hesitation, fear, anxiety. My question is why? I'm not threatening. I don't have a scowl on my face. I don't have an aura that says fight me. I'm just another human being with a bit of a darker pigmentation than somebody else. There should be no reason, no logical reason why I'm being feared for. And people want to say, oh, well, look at the stats. Most crimes are committed by, let me stop you right there. Those stats are fucked up. They've been fucked up. Because, again, look at history and how I got here. The reason I got here was because I was forced here. My ancestors were forced to this island. And now, you want to hate me because I'm free and you believe that I'm a criminal because of all the shit that happened in the past years? Why? What bonus does that give you? What feeling of comfort does that give you? I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't give anybody any type of comfort. It just makes you bitter, angry, sad, and scared. Not all black people are trying out to get you. Not all white people are trying to hang me from a tree. And yeah, I said it. Not all people are like that. Sorry, I'm taking a drink. Give me a second. Speaking of not all people are like that, I am a full biological male. I go by he, him. I don't identify as non-binary, I identify as female, I don't identify as any other gender besides male, he, him. And this is something that I've learned recently, is to address people as, not that I've learned recently to address people as pronouns, but it's nice to ask people's pronouns beforehand. And that's a new thing that I've had to learn and had to get used to, had to add it into my repertoire, my my ability to learn. And it's not easy, because there are times I forget that people identify as they, them, or she, her, or he, him, or she, they, or he, they, or any other type of pronoun. And it's difficult. It is very difficult, because I feel bad whenever I mistake something. I feel bad whenever I want to say, oh, I am so sorry, I didn't mean to call you this, that, and the other. Because at times people will take offense to it. They'll say that I meant it, and I didn't. However, because of other actions in the past by other peoples, I'm immediately a bad guy because of what happened. And that's not true. What had happened is a mistake. Simple as that. You don't need to be triggered by a simple mistake. What you need to do, what people need to start doing, is not be angry after every single thing that comes out. Take a moment to breathe and to analyze the situation. Take a minute to think, do they really mean this, or are they trying to be an asshole? Because more times than not, I guarantee they didn't mean it. I guarantee that they were trying to communicate the best way and or the only way they know how. Because that ties back into education. A lot of people aren't educated on pronouns. They aren't. They hear a certain noise or a certain saying and they automatically assume it's this, that, and the other. That's not right. It's not. Hell, that goes on to pansexuality as well. People assume that I'm bi. And for that, I will tell them to look at the definition of bisexual. I'm not bisexual, I'm pan. Bisexual means two genders, pan means any and all. As long as they catch my attention. And when it comes to that, the only thing I'll say is catching my attention right now is difficult. Because I'm extremely focused on myself, not in a selfish way, but to the point where I want to be able to figure out what I'm trying to do with myself. It is incredibly difficult for me to focus inwards and realize that I have to do this, that, and the other. I have to do all these things. I have to figure out this. I have to figure out that. It isn't difficult for me right now just because of how I'm so used to doing things. I'm used to having somebody that I can bump heads with and help me out. And now it is literally just me. And I am learning so much about myself, it's insane. And I'm not completely alone, you know. I have friends outside of dealing with adult bullshit, you know. But right now in this apartment, it's just me, myself, and I. And holy fuck, myself and I are fucking with me. Like, it takes it out of you. At the end of the day, it's necessary. Nobody wants to be away from their own space. So I made my own space, dang it. I made it. Speaking of making my own spaces, yeah. I am, for political wises, and at least in the US, and this is gonna get into the political stuff, I am moderate. I am legit a moderate. There are certain things with Democrats that I agree with, or progressives. There are certain things with Republicans that I agree on and don't like. Either way it goes, I am left-leaning, and I refuse, and refuse have it to where people don't want to talk about certain issues that control the day-to-day lives. You can't go to Christmas, you can't go to Thanksgiving, you can't go out and say such and such because people get angry. Fuck them. Fuck them. There are times that it is necessary to talk about the issues that are plaguing us. Extreme times. Because there's elections going on, there are protests, there are victims being killed, there's so much stuff going on right now. And people want to just not talk about it until it's too late. They'd be like, oh, I don't want to bring this to the table, and then as soon as Christmas and Thanksgiving is over, they want to point fingers at everybody and anybody because nobody wanted to talk about shit. Everybody just assumed that they were right. Everybody else is wrong. Fuck that. Fuck that to high heaven. So yes, I call myself a moderate because I'm more willing to listen to both sides of the story. I want to research the stuff that's going on. But when I don't have time to research, it sucks, because there are times when you're forced to make a decision. And at that time, you do the best you can do. Once again, the best you can do is usually what you've learned throughout your life. It's just wild to think that all this stuff is connected. It really is. I promise you it is. But yeah, moderate, left-leaning, trying to figure out what he's doing with his life, trying to figure out where the life is going, trying to figure out all this stuff, trying to figure out who I should vote for in the next election, trying to figure out who I should vote for, who I should talk to, who I should deal with. It takes an immense amount of mental strain on my person. However, I would have it no other way, because I am improving and bettering myself more than I ever have in the past 25 years of living. Not saying that the internet has not helped, because it has. It makes me think very hard on where I've come and where I'm going. Because I don't know where I'm going. I really don't. Hell, this could be a one-off for all we care. I hope it's not. But it's amazing to think about, but it's also terrifying. Moving on to terrifying. Yeah, I'm 5'5" or 1.65 centimeters. A lot of people don't realize I'm this short. Yeah, I'm that short. Jesus Christ. I am short. I know that. And I do have a bit of a Napoleon complex when it comes to my height. However, don't get it twisted. I don't care that I'm short. What I care about is people making fun of me for my height. As in, fun of me as in maliciously. If you want to crack a joke or 5, I don't care about that. But when you say, oh wow, no woman or no man wants somebody who's 5'5", that kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. Because in modern media and in modern standards, yeah, nobody wants somebody who's 5'5". They all want somebody who's at least 5'10", 5'9". They want those tall people, the long-legged people, man or woman. And here I am stuck at 5'5". And you know what I do? I work out, I make my body look great, I do work to make it so that I am more appealing to people physically. And then once I get to a certain point, I'm just like, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this others? And I'm gonna say that I'm doing it for me. Because looking in the mirror and seeing the effort that I put into my body, looking in the mirror and just seeing myself become healthier, it's more than anybody can do for myself, for me. It's amazing. It really is. But it's also terrifying. Because when you look in the mirror and you see yourself changing, there's a small bit of yourself in your head telling you, why are you changing? Why are you doing it? You can stop at any time. At least for myself. I don't know if that's the same for somebody out there, but it's there. And I fight it. I fight that thought. So long. And I just know there's a lot of people out there that fight that, with body dysmorphia on the rise, and a lot of people not being comfortable with themselves physically. It hurts to know that there are people out there that think, oh, 5'5's too short, or oh, you got a bit of a chub, you're not pretty. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you right now. You are unique and beautiful because you haven't committed a war crime yet. That's it. It's just that simple. Not that you need the self-confidence in yourself, but you need to start thinking, you're not a criminal. You are alive and a living, breathing human being who was lucky enough to be born. You are lucky and wonderful. You are smart. You are intelligent. You are smart enough to get through school. You are smart enough to learn how to read and write. You are an evolutionary marvel. Science will back that up. There are people out there that should not be alive right now that are to this day. There are people out there that should not be walking, and they are to this day. There are people doing all this stuff. And you are one of those people. Chat, you are one of these people that is going through all of life, all of its ups, all of its downs, and living. You're living. And that is a W. That's a miracle. You're living on a rock that somehow, some way was able to develop an atmosphere, water, and food. We're kind of fucking up with, pollution. But still, it still counts. It still fucking counts. Still counts. But let's move on. This is where I live. Yeah, can you guess the country? Anybody? Anybody in chat? Can you guess this wild land of mine? It's America. In its territories and its states. USA, Kentucky. There you go, Ver. Glad you remembered. Glad you remembered, buddy. You probably can't see the map. Or, not the map, but you can't see my mouse, but underneath Ohio and Indiana, right above Tennessee, To the left of Virginia, or Virginia, if you want to be correct. And to the right of Illinois, Missouri, is the great bluegrass states of Kentucky. My home, my old Kentucky home, far away. That's where I live. Now, I could, go through a whole list and tell you how fucked up the county, state, and country that I live in is, and I will. Probably next time. Had KFC today reminded me of it, funny enough. Hell yeah. That is the weirdest thing, by the way. And if you come to Kentucky, people will always tell you that it is the weirdest thing. That out of everything that we sell, that we've given to the world, from, very good baseball bats, horses, hella good agriculture, because the bluegrass is very good for growing plants. From the mountains of Appalachia and the coal mines that run in through it, to the bourbon, the alcohol bourbon that you cook with and or drink, if you are or if you like that type of alcohol, all that stuff. And instead of all that, the biggest export we have is a motherfucker who made chicken. Fried chicken. The motherfucker who made frying chicken internationally recognized. That is bananas to me. That's our biggest export. That. It's not our richest. Well, no, I take that back. It's tied, actually. Fun fact. Between the enormous amounts of money we get with horses, because horses are very expensive creatures. Those Saudi Arabian horses that people joke about, the Mongolians and their horses, the British horse shows that you see, all those like fancy smanchy rich people and their horses, they come to specific places in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kentucky to raise, breed, and trade horses. And all that money is almost equal to the same amount of money we get from selling and or exporting Kentucky Fried Chicken and its ingredients, or not really ingredients, but it's I guess you could call it the idea of it. Wild, isn't it? But moving on from that, this country, my lovely, lovely little country, my lovely country, is going through hell and high water right now. Every state feels like it's fighting for its life over something or the other. And it feels like the country's ripping itself apart. And I'm not the only country that's dealing with that. I know I'm not. What I am going to say is this. We, as a country, started off as domestic terrorists and rebels. And if that hurts your positive sensibilities as an American citizen, that's what we were. In 1776, we broke the law and left. We just fucking left. We got our shit, sent a letter, and left. Now, is this gonna be the last time that America breaks the law? No, it won't. But is it the major one? Yes, it is. Because we were colonies. We were a set of places ruled by different people beholden to the crown of the British, the UK, England at the time. And we left. We fucking left. Blew everybody's fucking mind that we fucking left. And not only did we leave, we successfully left and stayed gone. That's what fucks with a lot of people. We stayed gone. It sent a ripple through world and history when America decided to rebel and stay gone and do more. Because there's been rebellions before. There's been revolts before. There's been coups before us. But nothing like us. Nothing like us. That's why they still call America the great democratic experiment. With everything that we've done, with everything we've seen, everything we will do, I take pride in the fact as an American that we're still together through all the shit that we've been through. All the wars, all the civil wars, all the discussions we had, all the things that could have actually destroyed this country. And we're still here. Now, does it look good now? No. But do I think that this is the end of America? No. No. Countries have seen worse. Bigger and smaller countries have seen worse and still kept together. And it fucks with me that a lot of people think this is the end of America. No. We're going through a rough patch. I don't believe this is the end of America. It's the end of an era. I will say that. But it's not the end of America. With all the things going on, with all the people that have been coming out of the woodwork, and all the things that have been coming to light around my country. The United States of America will stay united. But it's going to take a lot of work to fix some of the things and some of the problems that have been associated and come out of the United States. And will I talk about those problems? Yes, I will. But not today. Not today. I'm giving you a very bare bones basic explanation of what I'm going to be talking about, people. And I probably will go through episodes talking about each and every of these states and territories. I probably will. Or I'll probably, put them in regions, Southwest, East, North, Midwest, all that good jazz. I may just do that. At this point, I'm going by the seat of my pants and what the chat tells me that they want to learn about. But that's my country. That's my home. It's my history. Or at least a part of it. African American. That was African first. Actually, I'm African Caribbean American if you want to get into details. But then again, the Caribbean is a wild ride once you get into the historical context of it, because technically native Caribbeans were, obliterated, genocided to smithereens by an Italian who was hired by the Spanish to find India. Or really Indonesia. Yeah. Christopher Columbus was a wild ride. And that whole era was a wild ride. Good thing we'll talk about it. I'll tell you what, if anybody's going through a history class, boy howdy, do I have some information for you. Yeah. My home. US of A. Red, white, and blue. Soaring eagles. Guns. Cultural issues. Racism. Misogyny. Democracy. Republicanism. And I'm not talking like Republicans as in the party, but Republican as in the style of government as in somebody who represents you. That's what it means to have a republic. Not a true democracy has where every vote counts, every person says what they need, every person has a forum to speak. That's like Athens when they got together and talked about shit. That's where a lot of people get their things with speech when it comes to talking. That's what that means. It means a democracy where everybody, and that means everybody, has a vote, and if you don't vote, then you don't get to vote. But what a republic does is you vote for something, and then you have somebody say, I am the guy that you voted for, so I'm going to represent your interest. I'm going to be in this republic. That is what America usually, that's what America is. That's what the United States of America is. It is a democratic republic. So you could technically call this the Democratic Republic of the United States of America. Really, it's like a federation, honestly, because each of these 50 fucking states feels like its own separate fucking country. But that is another rant that I don't want to get into right now, but that's something that I will get into. Like, understanding the full complex of how the United States runs and functions as a country will throw you for a fucking loop. And tell me about it, other Europeans, because trust me, I'll get to y'all too. I have people lined up that I will actively try to get onto this and explain how their countries are run, because I don't know how Germany's run, I don't know how Sweden's run, I don't know how Norway's run, or Denmark, France, the UK, Canada, Mexico. I don't get it. I don't understand it because I didn't get the chance to understand it. I know Wikipedia has answers, I know Google has answers, but I would like to learn from an actual decent human being that is willing to tell me about how their country is run, because that's the best way to learn it. Can I learn from words? Yeah. Can I learn from a person that actually has to deal with that shit 24/7, day and night, whatever the hell's happening? That's the best type of source that I would like to listen to. But moving on from that. What is a moderate in my country? Well, as you can tell, you have a spoon, you have a fork, and in the middle, you got a spork. I take a bit from the left, I take a bit from the right, and I make my own opinion based on what information I given. Now, I say left-leaning because there are certain things that the Republican Party or the right of my country believes in that I just don't fuck with. I don't agree with it based on the logic and facts and history that they have had with people that look like me, that act like me, that do what I do. They're just not the party for me. They don't represent what the things, and their tenets, their goals, and their guidelines don't represent what I truly want and what I feel is best for my home, for my state, my county, my country. And I say that in that order, or really I need to change it. My county, my state, my country. Honestly, it should be my city slash town, my county, my district, my state, and then my city. Or really my state, my region, my city. Or my state, my region, my country. See what I mean by a lot of bullshit? But I am more left-leaning than I am right. But I'm still fully in... I still consider myself a moderate, because I don't completely agree with everything that the left has. There needs to be pieces of both to make a country work well. I truly believe that you need to have a compromise, because you can't just go one way and say this is the right way and expect everybody to be all hunky-dory kumbaya. That's not how this shit works. That shit does not work well. I promise you that shit don't work well. That's how you get fights. Hell, that's how you get war. But that's what I mean when I say I'm like between left and right. The blue and the red is the colors that we have. Republicans usually wear red. Blue is what Democrats usually wear. We have other political parties as well. You know, we have the anarchists, we have green tea, we have liberal, we have conservatives. We have a lot of shit. But, you know, they're all absorbed into the two parties, or they're called independent. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. At this point in time, I don't believe in the two-party system. but that's what we have right now, and I will talk about the party systems again at a later date. But that's what I'm doing right now. I'm explaining what I am, what I stand for, and moderate, left-leaning, but moderate. And this goes out to all my homies who are pansexual. Fuck the cookware jokes. I mean, I get it. You hear pansexual, oh, you fucking scared. Listen, if you're gonna make a joke, can you, like, make a new one? At least make it cast iron, stainless steel. Like, come on, y'all. We have more than skillets and pans. You could say, like, a crock pot. Come on now. You can say all that, but dead serious. Like, I am actually kind of sick and tired of people shitting on a lot of people's sexuality, at least here in America. Like, being gay, being straight, who does that hurt? Who does that hurt? Now, if you follow the money, it hurts the people that are trying to get more workers, because more workers means you need to have more babies, and to have more babies, well, gay people really can't, fucking have babies. Well, technically we have the technology if they're transgender, but that's a whole other kit and caboodle that I'm still trying to figure out, and I would love to have, somebody who's transgender to help me figure that stuff out, but I'm still trying to, find somebody to help me there. Again, talking about politics and the inner machinations of sexualities and genders and all that, it's a rough field, I'm gonna tell you that. I don't like pissing people off. I don't like making them angry. All I want to do is understand. All I want to do is have a discussion. But there are people out there that don't want to have discussions like that. There are people out there that actively want to shit on things like this. They take one look or they take one earful and they're just like, I don't want none of this. You know what? Fine. Whatever. Close your head, close your ears, but don't get mad when somebody says they're gay. Don't get mad when somebody says they're straight. Don't act like every straight person, every gay person, every bi person, every pan person, every asexual person out there is out to get you and out to destroy your lifestyle. That's some bullshit and everybody fucking knows it, okay? If somebody wanted to destroy your lifestyle, first of all, gay people aren't telling you not to have sex. Straight people aren't telling you not to have sex. You know who's telling you not to have sex? Motherfuckers and your government are saying that you shouldn't live like that. Why? For this, that, and the other. Fuck them. Don't literally fuck them, but fuck them metaphorically. It's not doing anything to you. It's not hurting you. It's not. You what? You don't want kids exposed to that shit? Motherfucker, when I was a kid, having guns in a school was an immediate danger. And now you have people rolling around like it's a fucking kid prison. You had people coming in with drugs. You had kids getting kidnapped. Hell, you still have kids getting kidnapped. All the issues that I dealt with, or that I had to deal with as a kid, are still persistent, if not more persistent today. Why is being gay such an issue? Why is being straight such an issue? Why is being a different gender such an issue? And that's all. That will be my next major stream of why. Trying to figure out why. Is it this? Is it that? I'm going to try to figure it out some way, somehow, and we will make our own theories, chat. We will. But that is saved for the next time I stream on YouTube. Now, streaming on YouTube will be very rare this coming month. January, we will have a set and solidified schedule, but this coming month it's going to be a bit touch and go. And my account that I have on Twitter is very NSFW. It is not an SFW type of space. It is an 18+ Twitter. If you are not 18+, do not follow Mad-Lad-Mack, or do not follow at The Defiant Mac. Follow Mala-Mack. He is not NSFW. He's not 18 plus unless his tag on his stream says it. But me, I'm 18 plus. I talk about things that, you know, I feel kids should talk about them, and when I say kids, I mean people in high school. They should be able to talk about this stuff. However, the powers that be need to understand that this is a very mature thing. It's a very mature topic. It is something that people need to understand, and when I say people, I mean all people. The earlier you understand the things that I'm saying, the better. Because these things affect you. Every day. And they affect your people. They affect your grandmother, your grandfather, your auntie, your uncle, your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers. They affect each and every person in your life, and they especially affect you. They do. They really fucking do. This flag, right here, if I go to certain spaces in the United States of America with this flag, I could die. That shouldn't be allowed. It's a frickin' flag. A piece of fabric with colors on it that represents what I love. What I am as a person. And there are people out there that would murder me for it. Because of a belief that I'm not the same as them. That I'm not a human being like them. And I know I'm using that us versus them rhetoric right now, but it's very important. Because it is an us versus them type of situation. And the them is those closed-minded bigots. It's not everybody out there. But I'm trying to tell people that they have to be safe with what they do and who they talk to nowadays. Because there's people out there that don't believe you should have the happiness that you want. There are people out there that believe you should be a very stringent, very mono-thinking type of person. And I don't agree with that. I don't. Being a mono-thinking, hyper-focused motherfucker is not good. It's just not. The reason humanity is able to progress, the reason why we're able to evolve, the reason why we're able to do what we do is because people tell you to be, say it with me, chat, open-minded. To be open means you have a almost 360 vision. 360 vision, honestly. You look everywhere for inspiration. You look everywhere for love. You look everywhere for happiness. Now, certain things when it comes to happiness are against the law. If you're happy when you murder somebody, we have video games for that. But if you do it in real life, we have a problem. If that means you want to be with a child as a grown person, we have a problem. That means you want to spread chaos, disorder, pain, non-consensual pain. I will add that, and we have a problem. But if you're just trying to live your best life, find somebody to hug and to hold, to high five, to fist bump, play Overwatch 2, Team Fortress 2. Deep Rock Galactic, Total War, Civilization, Dark Tide, Minecraft, Roblox, any type of game like that. You're just trying to find somebody like that? I'm not gonna shit on you. I'm not gonna fault you for pursuing your own happiness. Hell, it's on that piece of paper that we call the Constitution. You have a right to pursue your own happiness. You have a right to love who you want to love. You have a right to enjoy what you want to enjoy. But if you enjoy bringing pain to others, fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I'm not talking about that non-consensual pain. If you enjoy bringing terror and using somebody else's blood, sweat, and tears to make yourself richer, go fuck yourself. I'm not unhinged, but I am unfiltered. And that's who I am. I may get canceled for it. Oh well. I may get demonetized for it. Oh well. I don't care. You're not gonna stop me from saying these things. You're not gonna stop me from trying to make sure that somebody feels like they're A-okay. You're trying to be happy. Nothing's gonna stop me from that. If it's just one person, one by one, that I go through and try to make somebody happy, one by one, step by step, to make somebody feel like they can hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, so they don't feel like they're terrified of being who they are, then so fucking be it. I will find a place. I will make a place where they can. I will. That's what I was put on this fucking planet for. That is my destiny. That is my goal. That is my life's purpose. No one deserves to be alone. No one. No one. That's all I gotta say on that. Hopefully y'all stick with me. It's not always going to be this serious. It's not always going to be this passionate. It's not always going to be this right at your throat and right at your heart and right at your mind. But I'm not Mala. We share things. But I'm not Mala. There's a reason why this guy looks like this. You can get this outfit. You can get the drip. If you truly work for it, you can get it. You can get the suit, you can get the tie, you can get the jacket, you can get the mask. All of them. You can get the gloves, you can get the petticoat. All of it. You can look just like this. Except for the skin. Well, I mean, you could get the skin, but if you're not of this pigmentation, it might be a bit more difficult for you. But I'm not the average man, I'm not the average woman, I'm not the average person. But I am someone out there that is willing to talk. I'm someone out there that's willing to listen. No matter what you bring to me, I'm willing to listen. I'll talk to you. That's who I am. I defy the fact that I get triggered. I defy the fact. I'm going to break this cycle of everybody getting butthurt over something or the other. I'll listen to you. I actually will. Now, what happens after I listen to you, I'm not going to be held responsible for that. Because I'm human and I have reactions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen. That's something that is shared between me, Mala, and a guy behind this mic and this PNG. Trust me, I spent enough money on these headphones. I'm for sure gonna fucking listen. But that's about it for me. I hope you enjoyed this stream, and I hope I didn't scare anybody away. As always, my DMs are open if anybody wants to talk. I will be streaming, let's see, what's tomorrow? Saturday? I probably be doing something with Ark. If not, I'll be dead. Or, not dead, but you know what I mean, like asleep or like resting. And then Sunday I'll be busy, and then Monday I will not be streaming, but Mala will be streaming on Twitch Monday and Wednesday. And Monday I will be still doing, I believe, I'll either be doing Star Wars or trying something new. I haven't really decided yet. Just because I've just actively decided to just either finish a series or do a little hee hee ha ha. But I want to finish out the Bounty Hunter story on Star Wars. I really do. That 4-hour stream on Alderaan, that took a chunk out of me, but it rejuvenated me. It really did. It made me realize, one, I need to finish this freaking story. Oh, thank you, Ver. Thank you. But it rejuvenated me to want to actually finish a thing. Like, I want to finish that playthrough because there's so many other characters. There's so many other things that we can adventure and do in Star Wars that I really want to do. I know I got to get back to Lord of the Rings, and then I will actively be next year working on getting a new PC. That has been a goal since day one. A lot of things keep happening to like stymie me from that goal, but it's not like this is a Hail Mary. If you're a football person, this is a scorpion kick into the goal. If you're a soccer fan, this is a rush type of deal. I want to get either a new GPU or a whole new setup because boy howdy, my PC is crying. That is the current plan. Stay tuned to either Mala or if you're 18 plus at the Defiant Mac. And if you aren't 18 plus, I suggest you follow her at the Eternal Mac. I'm also on Tumblr, DeviantArt, and Twitch. And on Twitch, I am at Wandering Mala. Yeah. Thank you for sticking around, people. And hopefully we have a bit more conversation about certain things going on in the world. Because there's a lot that needs to be discussed, and there's a lot to need to be opened, especially in the VTubing community. God, y'all ain't ready for that one. Or maybe you are. I'm not. But yeah, you will have a blessed day. And remember, hydrate. Make somebody smile. Keep your ears open. See ya.